Good afternoon. Welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today for the always pleasant task of promoting police officers to the best police department in the state of New Jersey. Here we go. First up, we have a promotion to Lieutenant Sergeant Brian McMillan. Sergeant Brian McMillan is a 20-year Woodbridge Police Department veteran and lifelong resident of Woodbridge Township. He began his career as a police officer in December 2005, assigned to the Radio Patrol Division where he answered service calls as a patrol officer. From 2010 to 11, Officer McMillan assisted the training unit with various administrative tasks and eventually participated in a 6-month-long program with the New Jersey State Police ICAC Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. In August of 2012, McMillan was assigned to the Criminal Investigations Division as a full-time detective working in the Crime Analysis Unit. McMillan went to work in the Digital Forensics Unit of the Criminal Investigations Bureau until September 2015, when he was promoted to the rank of sergeant. He continued to work in the Criminal Investigations Division as the assignment sergeant, overseeing and supervising investigations. In 2017, Sergeant McMillan was assigned to the Radio Patrol Division as a squad sergeant and transferred to the Communications Division in 2019 as a communications sergeant, overseeing and supervising the 911 dispatch center. Upon his promotion, Lieutenant Brian McMillan will be assigned to the Radio Patrol Division, where he will take on the responsibility of the midnight shift commander. Mr. Mitch.
Congratulations. You want to come?
Do you, Brian McMillan, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey? You will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people. And you will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police lieutenant according to the best of your ability. So help you God. Yes. Congratulations, sir.
Were you the ones I always see with Dad at all the different school stuff and all around the town? That's you guys, huh? I guess so. Well, yeah, who else would it be? All right, promotion to sergeant, Police Officer Jorge Quesada. Officer Jorge Quesada is a 17-year veteran of the Woodbridge Police Department, a veteran of the United States Navy, and a lifelong resident of Woodbridge Township. Officer Quesada began his career as a police officer in May of 2009, assigned to the Radio Patrol Division as a patrol officer answering service calls. From 2010 to 2012, Officer Quesada was temporarily assigned to the Criminal Investigations TAC Unit, where he assisted detectives with their investigations and focused on pattern crimes affecting the community. In 2012, Officer Quesada took up assignment in the Criminal Investigations Division as a full-time detective investigating various crimes. While working as a detective, he completed specialized arson investigation training and utilized his training and experience to solve arson and fire investigations. In 2018, Detective Quesada attended a 7-week crime scene investigation class hosted by the New Jersey State Police and transferred to the Criminal Investigations Division ID Bureau. In 2024, Detective Quesada was assigned to the Radio Patrol Division Squad 4. Detective Quesada continues to utilize his training, assisting with crime scene processing and arson investigations. Upon his promotion, Sergeant Quesada will be assigned to the Radio Patrol Division as a squad sergeant. In his part-time, Officer Quesada is the best fisherman in the Woodbridge Township Police Department. Mr. Mitch.
Do you, Jorge Quesada, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state and the authority of the people, faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police sergeant according to the best of your ability, so help you God. Yes. Right.
So he keeps promising to take me fishing, and now I think he better. I can always rescind this, you know. And I got one question. When did this happen? What the heck, man? You're taller than me. How did that happen? Last time I saw you, you were right around here. Anyway, I'd now like to ask our police director. I think it's the first time I'm actually saying police director. It's one of the second time. Not supposed to correct me in public. Police Director Joe Niski to say a few words about these two men and about just the Woodbridge Police Department in general.
I want to thank Mayor McCormick and our council members for their support. It's that support that helps us keep the police department strong. In this instance, by promoting Sergeant McMillan to lieutenant and Officer George Casada to sergeant. Now, I hear Jorge. I mean, I've always called you George. Both Brian and George deserve their promotions. For nearly 20 years, last 10 as a sergeant, Brian has done an excellent job, mostly assigned to communications and as our vice president of our SOA, and an avid New York Jets fan. As shift commander on the overnight shift, we're going to depend on Brian's leadership to keep us safe at night. For 18 years, George has performed equally well. Even after being moved back to patrol, George has continued to avail himself to the Detective Bureau to help with identification duties. He knows as a road supervisor he will have the greatest impact on our rank and file. On behalf of the CLEO and the rank and file, I want to congratulate them both on their promotions and wish them all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. I'd like to introduce the dais up here now. To Joe's right is Chief Law Enforcement Officer Brian Murphy. To his right is Council President, 3rd Ward Councilman Corey Spiller, covering Avenel and Port Reading. To his right, Sharon McAuliffe, 1st Ward Councilwoman, covering Woodbridge proper and Seawarren. To her right, Councilwoman at Large Lisbeth De Jesus. To her right, Debbie Meehan, 5th Ward Councilwoman, covering Colonia. To her right, Howie Bauer, 2nd Ward Councilman, covering Fords, Hope, Lawn, and Caseby. To his right, Brian Small, retired Woodbridge PD, Councilman at Large. And to his right, Kyle Anderson, Councilman at Large. Now, on behalf of the council, I'd like to ask Brian Small, as a former member of the best police department in the state, if you would say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Always nice to come to a promotion. Always nice to see my former colleagues to the left and right. I worked with Brian and George for many, many years. They are two great police officers. Brian, good luck on midnights, all them youngins. George, good luck, but I know you're going to do a great job and represent the police department well, as you always have. Thank you.
Councilwoman Lisbeth De Jesus has taken a special interest in the police department. With our agenda, please say a few words.
Thank you. I think ceremonies like this are important because it just shows the qualifications and the credentials that our police department and our police officers have. And that is very important for people to know. But I think mostly is the fact that they're regular people. They have families. And this showcases the people that stand behind them. You guys stand behind them at home. We stand behind them here. Congratulations to Jorge and Brian for getting promoted. Congratulations to the families. God bless each and every one of you.
I'd also like to introduce on the dais there is John Haggerty, our Communications Director. John Mitch, you just heard from, our Township Clerk. To his left is Casey Wagner, the Deputy Business Administrator. Taking pictures is Megan Kuchba, the Assistant Communications Director, and I guess Vito must have stepped out, our Administrator. Okay, so folks, you're family members of someone in the best police department in the state of New Jersey. I say that with all seriousness. I mean it. It's proven every 3 years when the National Accreditation Agency comes in and looks up that looks over everything we have, every policy, every practice, every piece of paper, you name it, and they always give us the highest rates. People from Montana, Missouri, Louisiana that have never been to New Jersey, have never been to Woodbridge, come in and independently review this body of men and women, the 234 of them that make up the Woodbridge Police Department, and they come in with outstanding reviews every single time. It's not just us saying it, it's experts saying it, and they are truly the best police department in the state of New Jersey. Brian and Jorge, congratulations on your promotions, and best of luck in the future. Thank you all very much.
Good evening. Call the council meeting in order. Please rise for the pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence for all our military personnel serving. Thank you. Mr.
Notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The Homeless Tribune and Star Ledger published a notice on January 10th, 2025. It's posted on the municipal bulletin board and should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Anderson. Here. Councilman Bauer. Here. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Here.
Councilman Harris. Here. Councilwoman Meehan.
Here.
Councilman Patel.
Here.
Councilman Small.
Here.
Vice President McAuliffe.
Here.
And President Spiller.
Here.
I get a motion to approve the minutes from June 3rd.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Beginning with second reading ordinances, we only have one this evening, letter A. This is an amendment to Chapter 7, our traffic ordinances, with regards to a stopping and standing prohibition on a portion of King George's Road. With that said, can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading?
Motion.
Public hearing be open.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter A only. Hear no comment from the public. Can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. First reading ordinances listed as letters B, C, and D. Can I get a motion by consent that these three ordinances be passed on first reading, published in the Homeless Tribune on June 27, 2025, with notice of public hearing to be held on July 8, 2025 at 6 p.m.
Motion.
Second.
Questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Finally, Mr. President, on the resolutions, I've listed 1 through 39 inclusive. Can I get a motion by consent to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. So,
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. We'll now go to the public comment portion of the meeting. When approaching the microphone, please state your name and what section of the township or state you live in. You'll have a one-time opportunity to speak. All members of the audience shall adhere to the township's decorum ordinance, which is posted on the entrance door to council chambers. The public session allows for 5 minutes. This includes remarks by the speaker and any response by the council president or administration. When there's 1 minute left, I will alert the speaker as to emphasize any remaining points, questions. When the 5-minute period is passed, all speakers are to leave the microphone area and return to their chairs. All videotape must be taken in the designated area. There'll be no interruptions from your chair. Public session portion of the meeting is a comment and/or Q&A interaction between the council president and speaker. The council president presides over the council meeting. Thank you. We'll now go to the public portion.
are there any comments from the public this evening?
Good evening, Council President, Council, and the Mayor and his staff. A couple of things. I want to start with a few thank yous. First of all and foremost, I want to thank our military for the outstanding performance that they did in the flyover over Iran. I think that really set our nation on the right course, and it is going to be a long-term benefit to this nation. Along with that, I thank President Trump for having the initiative and the courage to do what he has done. Others may feel differently, but I think most of the country is behind him, and I would hope all Americans are 100% behind our troops. I also want to thank our township employees for their services, particularly those that are out in this extreme heat. May they be law enforcement, first responders, or anybody that's working outside in this kind of weather. It is hot, it is miserable, and I commend them for their efforts and thank them for that. I'd also like to thank Mr. Mitch and his staff for their timely and comprehensive responses to my recent open requests, which were rather lengthy and in-depth, and they responded in a very timely manner with all the information that I needed. In getting into a few questions, I'm very concerned now about security within the township. We know that our state, our county, and I think even Woodbridge, it really is not enforcing immigration laws. I'd like to know how we're handling that. Do we have any insights? And I know you can't speak to the specifics of how we're doing this, but are we aware of individuals that might be of concern, whether they're in the school system as children, their parents, or anybody else that are in our area within your jurisdiction? And how are you handling that?
I'm sorry, is that your question, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I should. And the next question
If
is.
we were,
Mr. Maris, I'm sorry, I'm going to go one question at a time.
Okay.
Me personally, I don't like doing 5 at once. I like to do each one at a time.
I
know that's what
understand.
I did the last time, but it makes my memory break there. So, Mayor.
all I'll say is if we were, we would not talk about it publicly.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
If we were concerned, we would not share that publicly.
Okay. Well, have you received any notifications from any of the government, be it state or federal, that would give you reason to be concerned?
If we did, we would not share that publicly.
Okay. I'll take that as, yeah, we should be concerned, and I think the whole nation should be very concerned about it, and I appreciate why you can't answer that, so I'm not picking on anybody. The last time I was here, we talked about political signage. I think we got pretty much covered. I'm sorry that our assembly leader isn't here tonight because he wanted to admonish me on the First Amendment and tell me that signage, political signage, is free speech. I think we all know that and we all respect it. It's a matter of where you can put it and when you can put it, which is governed by either the state or municipalities. So I would stand to correct him on that, but I made my point. As to the other things that were in my open request, I will address those at another time. Others may wish to come forward and address them because I have disseminated it to certain candidates and other people that were interested in those types of things. And I think they're valid points and they need to perhaps be addressed. There are several things in tonight's program that I'm going to ask about. One is the reappointment of Richard Duda as the tax assessor. I'd like to know what his salary is, and is he working for any other communities besides Woodbridge at the same time he is working for this community? And also, I see that Red Lobster, I'm sorry, let me go back to number 14, which is TGI Fridays. They're transferring their license to PM Woodbridge Investments. Is there any indication what PKPM intends to do with that license? Are they going to open that facility again? And those are my questions for this evening.
Mr. Mayor.
I've had no conversation with that company at all.
So
I-
they're not looking to open it where the license came from, no.
Okay. What about the other question?
I took the second question. I don't know if you...
I don't have any salary information in front of us, and if you need to know anything about Mr. Duda's other employment, you can file that on his financial disclosure form.
Again, sir, I can't quite hear you.
Yeah, if you need to know a salary, it's operable.
Yes.
And if you want to know if anybody has any other employment, you can find that on their financial disclosure form.
Okay, so he does file that with the township as well?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That answers my questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening?
Paul Lund, Hope Lawn. A constituent in my neighborhood asked me about the school. We're in Hope Lawn. I heard something to the effect that there might be a new plan because of a change requirement from the DEP concerning wetlands. I just want to know that is Hope Lawn Elementary School still on track? Is there any change to its the time frame? It will, I assume, because it will be a debt, incur a certain amount of debt, that it would be brought to the voters as well. So I need confirmation on that. The other question I have.
Excuse me, Mr. Milano, we'll go one at a time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
There's no change to the design. There is a delay only because the DEP has not cleared it yet. They had to do a second appraisal for some reason. I can't exactly remember why, but we're waiting for that second appraisal to come in. And then the DEP is going to act, and it's got to appear before the State House Commission. So it's certainly taking longer than we hoped and longer than we thought, but it is still intact as far as a plan.
Assuming the voters vote in the affirmative for it, is there a rough estimate of when ground would be broken on that project?
The voters do not have to vote on it as long as there is a new law in the, there's a new law in the state that as long as pilot money is used to fund a school project, that it does not need a referendum. And our intention is to pay for that as well as other school work being done with pilot money, so therefore it's not going to a vote.
My other question is, now that I'm a teacher with the summer off, I'll be doing a lot of door knocking for my council campaign. I just want to ask perhaps the person that I may displace what he likes most about being representing Ward 2 as a council member, and what he might like least, if that's at all possible.
Well, I grew up in the, important for a thing, but for a short period of time. I grew up in Hope Lawn, now I live in Fords. I've been community oriented since I was in my early 20s, coaching Little League, running the Fords Carbarn baseball. Been part of the Fords Fire Department volunteer for 23 years, been a chief roughly 6 times. There's really nothing that really bothers me. I take everything on head on, and I like to solve problems. So if anybody has a problem, I'm always reachable, and that's what I'm here to do, helping solve problems for our community.
Very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening?
Hello, Mr. President. Ken Gardner, 101 Scoter Avenue, Woodbridge. First, the Seaworn Monument on the corner of Woodbridge Avenue and West Avenue. I was asked by some residents, actually some veterans, if they could put a larger, there's a flagpole there. It has the American flag and the POW flag, but the flags are rather small. I don't know, I'm sure it has to do with the size of the pole and everything, but if the larger flags can be displayed to you, Mr. President, through you to the administration, if somebody can look into that.
Mr. Summerlin.
Council President, what was the cross street? I'm sorry, Woodbridge Avenue and what?
And West Avenue. The monument right across the street from the Seaworn, that traffic light. Traffic light up here. Second, through the president, either to the mayor or the chief financial officer, in order to reduce taxes by $1, how much would have to be cut from the budget?
$1?
Or a tax point? If you
Tax
don't know,
point?
I know you know these kind of things, Mayor. If you don't know it off your head, somebody can get back to me.
No, I pretty much have it. About $320,000 is the tax point.
Okay. Thank you very much. Resolution number 34 was authorizing budget transfers. Can someone explain what the transfers were and why they are needed?
That's our end of the fiscal.
Transfers are always made between May 1st and June 30th, especially the last meeting of the year. As bills come in, some budgets are high, some budgets are low. We always move money around to cover all the bills that might be low and take money from the places where there's leftover money.
Right.
It happens every year for 4 months, from May 1st to June 30th. Typically 4 meetings worth of budget transfers.
Sure, I understand that, Mayor. What I was asking was, can you tell me what the transfers were tonight? On the agenda, it only gives us the title of the resolution. So can someone tell us what the dollar amounts were, from where to where?
That's a long document. He can over it if you like.
How many items are there about?
Multiple.
10, 20?
Oh, hold on. No, that's not it. Okay, from general administration salary and wages, $250,000. From general administration and other expenses, $220,000. From police department salary and wages, $1.4 million. From recreation services and program salary and wages, $194,300.
Mayor, can you go back to the first one? You said 250,000 from administrative salaries?
General administration salary and wages.
Okay.
Senior services salary and wages, $53,220.42. Transfers to legal services salary and wages, $37,932.89. Municipal clerk salary and wages, $18,20.70. Municipal prosecutor's office salary and wages, $28,370.27. Engineering services salaries and wages, $38,835.63. Street and road maintenance salaries and wages, $64,152.32. Buildings and grounds salaries and wages, $97,784.58. Maintenance of parks salary and wages, $103,612.60. Recreation services and programs, other expenses, $640,000. Insurance employee group health, $1 million. Statutory expenditures, contribution to Social Security System OASI, $105,011.43. Total current fund from $2,117,520.42 to $2,117,520.42. Sewer utility fund from operating other expenses, $22,940. Transfer to debt service interest on notes, $22,940. Total sewer utility, $22,940 from, $22,940 to. Marina utility fund, operating salaries and wages, $17,000 from. Operating other expenses, $17,000 to. Total marina utility, $17,000 from and $17,000 to. Recreation utility fund, operating salaries and wages from, $6,321.68. Operating expenses, operating other expenses, $12,235.67. 2, statutory expenditures, contribution to Social Security System OASI, $18,557.35. Total recreation utility from $18,557.35 to $18,557.35.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments or questions from the public this evening? There are no other comments. Can I get a motion that the public comment portion be closed?
Motion. Second.
John Vitarik, Woodbridge. Thank you, everybody. Before, Mr. Land brought it up, the number 10 school in Hopeland. And the question I took a lot of people out, of course, I'm not from the second ward. People are concerned to put such a huge school in a neighborhood, again, in a crowded area where there's no kind of accessibility to traffic. There's supposed to only be 150 kids in KSB in Hopeland, and you're going to build a school with 500 people. What's the plans for that school to be built so large, even the students? Are we going to ship the students from the other towns like we do already? Or this is just for Woodbridge residents? Question would be, we have to pay for it, of course, but to build so much big, and there's no, what you call the second ward, it doesn't have a chance to overdevelop because it's overcrowded already. And my question is, spend all this money into the situation, like for example, Petawba High School. They put such a huge high school there, and what you see is nothing but complaints, bad location. It should be put there. To build something like that should be put more accessible for the future of the, you can't put a local neighborhood such a huge development. That's my number one question. Number two question.
What's the
would be-
question? I'm going to answer your question number one now, Mr. Vitar. I'll let the mayor, Mr. Simulaka, answer, but real quick, I know you had brought this up several meetings before. I'm going to say the same thing as has been said to you. You keep saying people are complaining, people are complaining, people are complaining. You're the only one that is complaining. People have questions. You keep saying there's people. Number two, this school is going to help alleviate the children that are get bused to other areas of the township. Sometimes it takes them 35 minutes to 45 minutes to get to a school. Now they're going to have a school in their backyard. Mayor or Mr. Simon, would you like to add anything?
I would repeat what you said, Council President. There was a whole forum, there was a whole process that we had to follow with this project. We had to have at least one public meeting, if not two. We had it in the Hope Lawn Fire Department. We had to have outreach to the public. We sent letters to all the public in Hope Lawn and Caseby. Everybody was aware. There were people who came to the meeting. They had questions asked. Minutes were taken. Responses were provided. Copies were sent to the state DEP and the Green Acres people. Everything was done, and there were a handful of questions. They were all answered, I should say, and it was done. So now you're saying 18 months later, people suddenly have questions. Why are they asking you? They should be asking us. We're the ones that know the answer. We're the ones that are running this project in behalf of this, in terms of the financing, on behalf of the school district. Now, to finish your question, we always build schools, the board always builds schools more than they need to plan for the future. Caseby has a bunch of kids, and Hope Lawn has a bunch of kids. South Fords has a bunch of kids. They are going now, as Council President Spiller said, 35 minutes each way. They're going to School 19 in Menlo Park Terrace, they're going to School 25 in Fords, and they're going to Port Reading School 9. And they're doing all this from Caseby and Hope Lawn by bus. The kids don't get involved in after-school programs. Their parents don't get involved in PTO activities. They don't get involved in the school community because they're far away from where the school that their kids go to is. And now the people, thank goodness the people in the second ward, now we'll have another grammar school for Hope Lawn and for Caseby. It's been an area that's been neglected since 1990 when the school on Clyde Avenue, I think it was School 10, closed. And now there's the new school coming back. That's fantastic news. The people in Hope Lawn love it. The people in Caseby love it. We've got nothing but compliments. And when we have issues and when we have complaints and we have questions, we answer them according to everything we're required to do by the state, and we just answer them because that's what we do. So for you to say you're hearing now, after this whole thing went through a process 12 to 18 months ago, I think you're full of baloney. I think people should stop asking you questions and ask the people who know, like Mr. Bauer is the councilman, like the council president who's also involved with School 4 and 5 in his backyard, or me or any council person. Ask us the questions, not you, because you don't know the answers.
Yeah, I know the answer, Mayor. They're afraid to ask you, but I tell you one thing. You're doing stuff, and then later on we pay dues for it. You build the buildings without the roads. You're building all the structures without anything. Now that you can open up because there's no structurally sound to do put the utilities like that.
What's not
People in the
structurally
neighborhood,
sound?
they know it. That's the problem.
What is not structurally sound? What are you saying?
Well, I thought putting the building like that in a local neighborhood where there's no accessibility from the local streets. You don't have a
It's a
main road.
neighborhood school. You don't want it visible to major streets. It's a neighborhood school. People can walk to it.
Yeah.
You don't want people walking on busy streets. It's in a neighborhood where it belongs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
That
Vittori.
was a low.
Council President.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vittori.
That's it.
We're gonna move on. Well, Paul, you want to close?
Can I go on?
Comments or questions from the public?
I'm sorry, that was your 5 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Vittori.
Thank you.
There are no other comments. Can I get a motion that the public comment portion be closed?
Motion. Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Councilman Harris?
Yeah, I just wanted to address a couple of factual mistakes there. And Mayor, thank you for addressing many of the points. And Council President, it was suggested that the new school would be 500 students. It's scheduled for 400 students, to 20% less, obviously. Clyde Avenue, the entire one side of the street is yellow curbed, so it is an accessible street. And then obviously for the students living in that community, they are now walking where they are now busers, students who are bused, saving the school district and the taxpayers' money. And obviously the students coming from other portions that need to be bused, kids from Caseby, they have a shorter bus ride now, which is also saving the taxpayers' money with a shorter bus ride. So I just wanted to point out those couple of points that weren't previously addressed. So thank you, Councilman.
Thank you, Councilman Harris, as well as Mayor. Thank you for providing factual information. We will now move to the council agenda portion of the meeting, starting myself. Item number 4, registration is now open for the Woodbridge Golden Saints, calling all students from kindergarten through 8th grade. Join the Saints organization for tackle football, cheerleading, fun, and fitness. You can register today at www.woodbridgegoldensaints.org. Rest of my agenda is in order, just a few announcements. Just a reminder, the Township Fireworks Celebration will be held on Thursday, July 3rd at Alvin Williams Park in Sewaren. Gates open at 4. Please remember to bring a chair. And music entertainment provided by AM Gold. Congratulations to all our township students that will be graduating, whether it be tomorrow from our high school schools or another institution. Good luck on your next journey. Thank you to all of our emergency responders, fire, EMS, our Woodbridge Police Department, CERT, all of our public works and township employees. Stay cool. God bless America. Council Vice President Uncle.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I just want to congratulate all of the students that will be graduating, and I have no other announcements. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Council Vice President. Councilman Anderson.
Thank you, Council President. Very brief announcements. First, if your students are graduating from Woodbridge Township schools and they don't have a place that they want to continue their education yet, time is still there to apply to Middlesex College. Please go to www.middlesexcollege.edu. You can apply and you'll immediately have a counselor assigned to you so that they can go through your transcripts and find out the best educational path for you. So please check that out at middlesexcollege.edu. Also, the Woodbridge Broncos are local program. Their Pop Warner program, their season is starting a little bit earlier this year. It's actually starting on July 15th. It typically starts on August 1st, so time now is the time to register. You can go to our Facebook page at Family and Friends of Woodbridge Broncos Football and Cheer. And then finally, unfortunately, due to the weather, our Juneteenth event was canceled last week due to the rain, and we were attempting to move that to an evening concert where we would be able to at least salvage the event and have Epic Soul perform there, but the weather continued. So we are going to add that to our summer concert schedule. There will be a night that we will announce where the theme will be for our Juneteenth event, and Epic Soul will be performing. That is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Councilman Bauer.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. Excuse me, I have a few announcements. Congratulations to all our 2025 graduates that will be graduating tomorrow. Have a great summer and good luck in all your future endeavors. And secondly, many roads in the second ward are being milled and paved, so be mindful of the closed roads, detours, and construction workers. Thank you to the administration again for their annual milling and paving projects every year. God bless America, God bless our troops, and that's all I have, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Bauer. Councilman Small.
Council President, nothing this evening. God bless America and all our first responders. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Small. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Thank you, Council President. I just have a few announcements. I would like to congratulate the newly promoted Lieutenant Brian McMillan and Sergeant Jorge Quesada. Congratulations. Also, the Woodbridge Police Department, if anyone is interested in becoming an auxiliary police officer, please contact David Balint at 732-634-4500, extension 7395. I have the Barron Art Center, the yearly annual Barron Fest will be held October 11th. I will come back with more information on that. Also, the Woodbridge Public Library, they're looking for good tutors for literacy and for English as a second language. You can contact the library for more information. And they are kicking off their summer reading challenges for Color Our World, and there is a program for children, teens, and adults, and you can visit any library in our town to get more information on that. And congratulate all the teachers, the administration, and all the kids for another successful and safe school year. That is all that I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Jesus. Councilwoman Behan.
Thank you, Council President. I just have one announcement. The fair is coming to Colonia this week, or next week, July 8th through the 12th. It's from 6 p.m. to 11 at night. There's rides. It's a great time. Everybody comes out. I think we're one of the only fairs left around. So come out and enjoy the evening at the fair in Colonia, July 8th through the 12th. And I just want to say best of luck and congratulations to all our Woodbridge Township students that will be graduating tomorrow. May each one of your futures be filled with happiness and amazing success in whichever road you choose to take, and have a safe and happy summer.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hand. Councilman Patel.
Oh, thank you, Council. Yes, since schools are closing, and I would like to congratulate students and the parents upon reaching this exciting milestone. Your hard work and dedication has brought you to this proud moment. Wishing you best wishes in your all future endeavors. Also, we are reaching 4th of July next week. May this 4th of July be filled with pride, gratitude, and joyful moment with family and the friends. Have a safe and a happy Independence Day. Also have a safe and a pleasant summer. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Patel. Councilman Harris.
Yes, thank you, Council President. I've got a few items here. One of the, similar to Mr. Councilman Bauer, thank you to the administration on the aggressive, repaving program. I look forward to, I saw that application for repaving New Dover Road in Colonia. And thank you to Mr. Brew. I saw you guys out there this morning doing some cleanup along the bridge after we had some construction done. So I want to send my appreciation for that. And in general to the administration, Mr. Sumaluka, Mr. Mitch, for all your responsiveness to my emails. I'm new to the board here, new to the council here, so this is new, and seeing how our processes work, the follow-up, it's greatly appreciated. And thank you for what you do on behalf of the town every day. Also want to give a shout out to a couple other things on my agenda here. The American Irish Association of Woodbridge is having its annual blood drive this Sunday, June the 29th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's being run by the New York Blood Services. You could walk in or you could schedule on the website at nybc.org. And again, that is Sunday, June 29th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Acacia Youth Center at 95 Port Reading Avenue in Woodbridge. Again, walk-ins are welcome. Blood is in constant high demand. I want to echo all the comments made by the council up here on congratulating our graduates. And then as Mr. DeJesus pointed out to me, there's a lot going on for kids going on this summer from the mayor's Summer Children's Series beginning on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Typically a 45-minute show. Typically I saw Wizard of Oz, Peter Pan, to the Reptile Show, to a Bubble Show, all kinds of family fun events. And then programming for middle school students, students grades 6 through 8. There is the Acacia Youth Center that's open daily, beginning on Monday the 30th, and that runs through, I believe, August the 15th. And then also a new wellness program in partnership with NJ4S. It's a student support service program. There are programming for students on Tuesdays and programs on a weekly basis for young teenage girls on Thursdays. So go to the Woodbridge Township website, the Recreation Department, Youth Services in particular, and learn about those programs. So I know that was a lot, mouthful, but I want to thank Ms. DeJesus for reminding me about those great programs. So thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Harris. Councilwoman DeJesus.
I just want to thank our police department, our Department of Public Works, because it is very hot out there. They're still out there patrolling and doing their job, and the Department of Public Works has been getting all the high schools ready for graduation. So they've been out there cutting grass and making sure that everything looks nice and spiffy. So on behalf of the council, I just want to thank everybody that's out there doing their everyday work, and we really appreciate the fact that they've been working in extreme heat. Thank you.
Good point. Thank you. Mr. Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr. President. The only comment I have is under 1A. I'll have that before your next meeting for approval. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Thank you.
I'm good. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Mr. Simaluka.
Thank you, Council President. I have 2 things for resolution for our next session. It will be a tax and sewer overpayment and tax appeals. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, sir. Please, Director Nisky.
Thank you, Council President. On my agenda, I have the addition of a handicap parking space on Raymond Street in Fords.
Thank you, sir. Planning and Development Director Brown.
Thank you, Council President. Just standard bi-weekly refund resolutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Public Works Director Brewer.
Thank you, Council President. I have one item. That's a proposal from CME Associates, and that's for the 2026 milling and resurfacing road program.
Thank you, Director. Legal?
Thank you, Council President. Nothing.
Thank you, sir. Look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Second.
Meeting adjourned. Have a good night. Stay cool.